Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It is Seth here. And before we get started, someone commented on the last video saying that backgrounds could cause serious problems in the Vagante Legend of Zelda style. So there is a way around it. And what you got to do is go into your custom folder, select the world, and then open it up in Notepad. And right at the top here, there is world allow backgrounds, and then you can turn this to false. And turning this to false means when the character comes in, even if they picked a background, they won't have a background. So just type F-A-L-S-E, and there we go. So now background allowed will be false. And then before you leave, make sure to save. So now if we hop in here, select a character, and the one that's really game breaking, I think, was Tinkerer, because it gives you a grappling hook. Even though I have strip items that will strip any item you have, but then there's also stuff that can wreck things like Nimble. So we have the Nimble background right now, and if we hit F9 and go to this world and go play world, we check, we have no background. So basically, that's all you have to do if you want no background on your world. You just go in there and type in false on background and then save. So before we get into the new level we're making, in the map editor and making your own worlds and whatnot, there's no way to revive people. So if you're playing and you die, you restart from the very, very beginning, which can be kind of harsh. So a good way to make it so people can have like extra lives, like in old Zelda games or old Metroidvanias, you have lives that you pick up. So basically, that's what we add to this. So when you come in here, this is the very first door you come through. It strips your item, and then once you pass through this trigger, drops this door behind you, and you cannot strip items ever again. Then I added a chest up here that contains 3 death protection amulets. You go up here, you do the puzzle, open up the door, you can go up here, you can grab 3 lives. Alright, now let's get into it. So we're going to be making the entire level for basically Dungeon 1. Let's go new room, let's go blank room, and I'm not going to do Act 2 because I found out that going with Act 2 is a bit glitchy. It spawns in trees. Okay, we're going to definitely want to resize this. We're also going to name this room Floor 1, and we can add a name to the dungeon. Like, this could be the name of the dungeon, Floor 1, so feel free to comment a name for this dungeon if you'd like. But let's resize this bad boy. There we go. That's going to be a nice size. 50 wide, 20 high. So how are we going to do this one? I'm thinking we're going to keep with the motif of this brick style. Okay, and then we'll kind of make it weave its way down and then go to floor 2. Okay, I came up with something like this. I got the other rooms kind of figured out the way it's going to be, and let's just start over here and work our way through. So first off, this is going to be kind of like trap room. You're going to have to get through some basic traps. This is Dungeon 1. Doesn't have to be super, super complicated. So let's make this interesting. Okay, let's see if something like this is doable. Let's test her out. Okay, that needs to be tweaked. Yeah, we gotta set these all to none, just so they don't move. Okay, now let's see if this is doable. That might be a little too easy. Okay, there we go. So this is done. I like it. I think it's good. So now let's go into this room. I want this room to be more of a fighty type room. But first we need to add a door to it. So we do that. Let's throw a trigger right here. Touching player, that can just stay like that. And then we gotta modify the door, rise and fall. So yeah, once we get through this, get near the door, door drops once we come through. we'll add another door here and another trigger. And this trigger is going to be different. We're going to modify this, make it bigger. And we're going to put it in this room. There we go. And then we're going to have this one set to touching living monster. So once it's not touching a living monster, it turns on this door. It's always easy to use lurkers for testing. Okay, there. So it's we just got to double check that this all works. There we go. That's pretty good. And then killing the enemy opens this door. So you can't just jump over enemies and run through into the next area. You have to beat the enemies to open up the next door. Now, what do we want to put in here for an enemy? You're going to be barehanded, so it's got to be something that can be handled barehanded. What do you think? Maybe 2 of these guys? You have to fight 2 at once? Maybe 3 at once. I think 3 is good. We're going to leave that at 3. Later on, we can add more monsters into there if we want. But again, this is the first level of the first dungeon, so once you beat the enemies here, I think we'll reward the first kind of weapon, and we'll have it kind of shitty. Now, do we want to give him a sword, a hammer, a club? I think maybe like a dagger. And for abilities, we could throw something on there. Okay, let's add 1 strength, 1 dex. And then for the hell of it, let's add fairy fire. There, so then this will be the first weapon. And this weapon will be probably the only weapon you get for this entire dungeon. Alright, now for this next puzzle. It seems simple, but this is very difficult. So we stuck a teleporter down here and set the coordinates to this door here, which is 536 265. So when you jump down here, it teleports you right back to here, because you will be failing this repeatedly. This is actually very difficult. So when we come into test, this is the same jump you have to make to unlock Nimble. So you can get to the block fine, but this is where it's difficult. Because it feels like you can't even make it. But you can. You just need to like jump right off the very corner of this edge. There, see? So it can be done. It's not easy though. Now this is going to be the last puzzle for floor 1 of the dungeon. Let's start by making this bad boy. I kind of have an idea. We're going to stick a door here. And we are going to place a lever here. And we'll stick this here out of the way for now. Change this to input true. Then link this to the door. And this to the switch. Now I was thinking something simple. This jumping puzzle will cause harm. So we're going to add healing statue. I'm not sure where to put it though. We can stick it right there for now. I'll make it look pretty later. Then we take these magic blocks, which are the drop down things that we used over here. And we're going to turn this into a jumping puzzle to get to the lever. There we go. That's the entire jumping puzzle done. Okay, let's give it a test. This jumps a little hard, and that one. Those 2 jumps are the hard jumps. And then you come here, flick that. And the doors open to level 2. Alright, let's make sure we save room. Never forget that. And let's go new room. I've been actually making them branch 1 for this whole level system, because I found out recently it actually matters which one you pick. So if you do another one Act 1 and you resize it, it resizes all Act 1s. So you're going to want to always keep one act set for a certain size so you never have to change it. So we know that this act will always be 50-50. So we're going to go branch 1, create, and let's make the magic happen. Okay, there we go. So this is floor 2, and basically the way this is going to work is this is going to be blocked in by the boulder traps. So you're going to need boulder protection to get through here to the next area. So you have to come through here. Now this first room, what we're going to do, and always make these rise and fall. There we go. So now that's this room built. And we need to figure out what we want to put into it. Because I want the enemies to get a little harder. We have the dagger now. There, one golem and a bunch of bats. Okay, I like it, but I think it still needs one more golem. So yeah, the enemies in this room are going to be 2 golems and bats. So I guess good strategy, get rid of the bats first. Split the golems up. There we go. So yeah, definitely more difficult. Now this room is going to be a puzzle. Ooh, and I'm excited about it. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet, but we're going to do a door puzzle. And you need to use levers to make the puzzle work. So I'm gonna figure out how this is all gonna do with all the triggers, and I'll be right back. Okay, finally got it all figured out here. This took me about almost 2 hours to make this. It is extremely complicated. It's input true and non-input trues connected to multiple input trues to levers. So we go test room. Now there's only one way to solve this puzzle to get through here. And I actually kind of forgot what it was. So yeah, flicking these will open and close certain doors. And yeah, you can't avoid the earthquake machine when doing something like this. But yeah, so you need to open it up by finding the right combination. And I think this, yeah, this is the combination. And then once you get it all correct, you come into the mini boss room. Now for the mini boss room, we got a door here. We're going to add another trigger for an enemy, just like before. And for the enemy, not sure what to put in here. There we go. We'll make it 2 champion goblin guys. Okay, there we go. And in this chest will be the boulder protection. Now, we collect the helmet, then you have to backtrack. So we're going to need to add a way to backtrack up to here. Okay, there we go. It's all done. This whole area. So once you get boulder protection, you can backtrack out, hit up the ladder. I added a ladder here. I removed the door into the enemy area, so this is all open. And yeah, you just backtrack and zip through here, and you're on to the next area with boulder protection. One thing I thought of though, people can drop items and stuff on these pressure plates, drop all the blocks down and push them out of the way. So I just made sure that if someone tried to do that, it just boxed them in and they wouldn't be able to complete the level. So you have to play by my rules. Alrighty, okay, next up is floor 3. I already got the basic design of floor 3 done. So we're going to start up here, make it through this, which I'm going to fill up with like fire traps. And then there's a trust fall down into a like underground lake type deal. And I'll load it up with like piranhas and stuff. And then up here, it'll be like a jumping puzzle to climb up to here. And I have an interesting idea, maybe using falling rocks here. And then that's going to be this level. So let's get started with the first aspect of it. There, we'll try something like this out. Now I'm just going to load it up with these fire guys. Okay, there we go. This should do the trick. So we've got one with 4, another one with 4, this one with 4, 4, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3. And that's going to be the puzzle. Okay, I'm going to show you can do this without even getting hurt. Yeah, so it's not hard. You can get through it without even hurting yourself. Now let's go to tiles. Let's add some water in this bad boy. So we got to fill this all up with water. There we go. All filled up. Now let's throw some enemies in here really quick. Just the odd little guy. Now we got to do the jumpy puzzle for here. Now I'm kind of debating doing magic blocks again, because there's no penalty to falling. Alright, we got all these springs kind of set up here. There's one thing I kind of want to add, though. So up to this point, you might have taken quite a bit of damage fighting in the previous area. So we are also going to leave a gift here, I think, is important. Item, and let's put a regen in here. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah, I'm not trying to make this like some super difficult level. I want it to kind of be like doable, but still like not easy. There, that's not bad. That's kind of fun. I like that. Okay, we'll keep it the way it is. So now for this area right after, I had a bit of an idea. I don't know. This idea is kind of, it's not that much of a puzzle. It's more just kind of cool. Something like that. Okay, there we go. Now it's done. Yeah, I just tweaked it up a bit. I was gonna put a ladder here, but I'm thinking not putting one there. So that when you come in, it's like you can't really see too much of what's down here. So you have to like kind of faith jump down. And then you build yourself your own little staircase back up to here. Because without them, yeah, you can't make it up. So, I don't know. It's not much of a puzzle. You literally just run down and activate it all. I might come back and make it a little more interesting. So yeah, it turns out I wasn't recording, or my recording messed up. So I went through and did the boss room here. I made it look nice, added some torches, and had like this stuff like falling out of the ceiling, kind of. The boss, we're going to be making the boulder guy. I think he could scale well. I don't know. I might need to reassess what I put here as the boss. I don't know if the character will be strong enough to handle him. I'll have to do some testing. So that's pretty much it. This is boss room. You get the key, open up this door, then you go to this room. So this is the treasure room, kind of. So after you beat the boss, you come in here. Then you have the one orb, and you got to collect all 4, right? So you can beat the final boss. And there's some more extra hidden stuff in here I'm not going to go over, because I want some stuff to be kind of a secret for when the game is finished. So yeah, there's a text floaty here, and I'm going to be adding a bit of a story, kind of a little bit of like, you know, not like a lot of story, but some actual text and stuff. So yeah, and then from in here you can either decide which treasure room you want to go into. So this door goes here. The treasure is another death protection, so it's an extra life. And then the other door takes you here, which gives you this club that has a compassionate familiar on it and extra reach. So yeah, and then after that you go through this door, and then bada bing bada boom, takes you to the hub world again. So floor 1, this is what it looks like now. I went through and tidied it up, added torches, put a little pedestal here. Just some aesthetic stuff, nothing too serious. Then here, same thing, did aesthetic work, made it look a little prettier, more cleaner. I wanted it to kind of seem like when you first come in the dungeon, it seems like it's all tattered and ratty, because it's the entrance. And then the further in you get, the more pristine it gets, because it's less touched by things. And then you come into here, and then it's in like good condition. But then there's this little section that's like cave, which then comes into floor 3, where someone mined into the dungeon, kind of was the idea. So you come through here, this goes nowhere, but this is kind of like where they came in. But yeah, then I just fancified all this business. But yeah, then the next room is the boss room. Yeah, and I decorated it all, made it nice. I'm proud of this room. I added music in as well. I went through and added the music for the dungeon and the boss music. But yeah. But I think that's pretty much it. This video has been very hard to record. It's hard to record it all in the right order. Definitely different. But yeah, dungeon complete, 100%. Then I guess next episode, our next dungeon is this one down here, which will give us underwater breathing. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, lick that bell, check out our Discord, links in the description, and as always, I will see you in the next one.